In this week's Parshas Pinchas, there's a medrash that's spoken about by a lot of people. And I'll say another pshat tonight, another explanation. And that's as follows. The medrash tells us that, Pinchas, bedinhu sheyito scharo. It's justified that Pinchas gets a reward for his actions. What actions are we referring to? The Torah starts off, gives us a little bit of a preview in last week's Parsha, and then a Balak, and tells us the beginning of the story. And this week's Parsha, the Torah finishes off the story, just like Pinchas finished off Cosby and, what's the guy's name? Zimri. So the Torah gives us a little bit of a beginning in the end of Parshas Balak, and it finishes in this week's Parsha, that they were acting very inappropriate in the public square, and Pinchas killed them. Says the Medrash, Pinchas should get rewarded. Well, yeah, obviously, if you do a mitzvah, you get rewarded, especially such a mitzvah like stopping the plague. There are numerous pshatim on this Medrash. I saw a Gavaldic pshat, a wonderful pshat, and that's based on the words of the Heilige Orach Chaim. The Orach Chaim tells us the Parshas Re'eh.
Today was the Jersey.
Very good, Tzvi. Right, that is true. The Medrash, the Pasuk tells us. See, when a cameraman interrupts, you lost your side of the track. But when you have a cameraman in Tamachachim, that's what happens, right, Tzvi? So the Torah tells us in the beginning of Parshas Re'eh, the Torah tells us that Hashem says, "I'm giving you blessing and the opposite of blessing." So it says, "As our bracha, what's the blessing? If you listen to the words of the Torah." It says the Orach Chaim beautifully. V'hamagish b'tam Torah, and somebody who feels and tastes the Torah. Ki olav l'shalom gamur tov. You know what? Such a person should pay Hashem, in this case, the person who gave him such a good thing. When somebody gives somebody a great present, he's thankful to the person. But he would never expect he would never want to be rewarded for learning Torah. Just like the person would never want to be rewarded for receiving a gift. So if there's any money tree that's going to be given, it should be us to Hashem for the fact that he gave us such a beautiful thing, namely the Torah and the mitzvahs. That's the Orach Chaim. It could be, I saw this pshat yesterday, that's the pshat in the Medrash. By a regular mitzvah, there is no such thing as we justified in our reward. Fakert, as they would say, the opposite, on the contrary. We should be rewarding Hashem for the opportunity to do mitzvahs and to learn Torah. This mitzvah is different. This mitzvah of kanois, the mitzvah of being a zealot and killing people, that's not something that you have to enjoy out of it. You might have to enjoy out of doing the Ratzon Hashem, out of doing the will of Hashem, but the halacha is not everybody can do this. Only kanoim can do it. Only zealots can do it. Halacha v'ayin marin kain. It's not really the halacha. You're not really supposed to do it. Some people can do it if they're zealots. So that's the pshat in the Medrash. This mitzvah, you can be justified in the reward. Because by every other mitzvah, you're not really justified by taking reward. On the contrary, we should be giving reward. But this mitzvah is different because it involves a cruel act, something which you really don't want to do, killing people, and therefore, says the Medrash, this mitzvah, you're justified in taking the reward because you don't have the satisfaction out of the opportunity to taste the mesikas HaTorah, to taste the sweetness of the Torah and the mitzvahs in this particular mitzvah. Let's be zeicha to taste the sweetness of the Torah and the mitzvahs, and every time you learn Torah, every time you do a mitzvah. A good Shabbos.